Hello everybody, welcome. I've tried to record this video many times, but I don't know. I hope this time is the last time. If not, I'm not gonna post this video. There is something that needs to be addressed with regards to the spiritual community. And this is something that I've been feeling for quite some time now, but it's over the past couple of days that it has really intensified to the point where I just want to retract and disappear. Because I feel the energy of, in general, this new age spirituality thing. The word that's coming through, and it might seem like a very intense word to use, but yeah, I think that is the truth. And the word is fake. It is honestly sad to be making a video like this, because what I sense into is that, like, when I can't even bring myself to go to circles. And I'm not just talking about Bali. I'm not pointing fingers at a specific place, because recently I've been seeing more and more people coming up to talk about this thing, this exact same topic, which is why I'm also being nudged to, I guess, share my perspective on what's happening or what I'm feeling into about this new age spirituality thing. It feels like people are doing it for a performance more than just because I receive a message, therefore I'm sharing. I don't care if this video does well. I don't care if this post does well, but I'm sharing it because this is the purity of the messages coming through, and this is the integrity of the guidance that's coming through, the essence that's coming through, that needs to be shared and not fabricated or distorted in a way so that it performs based on the metrics, based on the algorithm. What I've been feeling into was just, I guess it was a shock to me, like energetically, even though it's interesting because I kind of like tuned into it already. I've never really resonated with actually a lot of, circles or communities out there. A part of me, my brain was like, okay, why am I not feeling into these circles? Like, people are having fun in these full moon circles and this sound bath healing sessions and hanging out. But I'm like, no, I kind of just want to be alone. And I just can't bring myself to connect with the community. And there was a part of me actually in the past that wondered if there was a problem with me. I was like, if this is something is not really right. Like, am I supposed to be networking? Am I supposed to be showing up more in these physical communities? Why am I not? And then I felt like, not guilty, but like I should be doing these things. I should be connecting with more people. And then now it's almost like I realize why I just never, my body just knew. Like my soul just knew that the reason why was because it's like from the outside, you see this new age spirituality thing, and it's like rainbows and butterflies and sparkles, and whoa, it looks so beautiful from the outside. But when you actually really see through the shell, and you like use a sword or something to like cut through it, through the core of it, you realize that it's actually empty. It's nothing, it's soulless. And I think that was what shocked me when I felt that or saw that with my inner eye. It wasn't actually a physical experience, or nothing actually happened with me and someone else that made me realize it's like nothing. It was literally just like a few days ago, I just suddenly felt like, oh, this intense repulsion, and it makes me just want to throw up, like that kind of intensity of energy. And now I know why. And it makes me want to like just retract and disappear, to be honest. But I know that, yeah, I know that a part of me just, that my work here is not done yet. And so somehow it's part of this whole like revealing of the truth. And the theme that has been coming through a lot since the last trip in Egypt in March was about cutting through illusion. It's about shattering illusion. It's about revealing the truth. And most of the time, truth hurts. And the truth might feel like we just opened a can of worms, or we just ripped off a plaster over an old wound. And we realize that basically it's still infected. And we don't want to see that. We don't want to deal with that. But we have to. We have to. This is part of the whole journey. And I guess what I'm feeling into is that this whole love and light thing is so like airy that it's not grounded into truth. It's not grounded into integrity. It's not grounded into ancient wisdom, because past, present, future, everything, the future, the past, the ancient wisdom, and this new galactic thing that is coming through, they merge. Like right now, they literally merge and they converge. And we cannot just forget about the past. We cannot just forget about these ancient wisdom, ancient elders, and all these ancient civilizations. We can't just like throw that away and move into the new thing. It needs to honor the old and the new. It doesn't help when it's so easy to just become certified via an online course. And then when you're certified to teach, you're certified to spread this knowledge and to certify other people. It becomes very diluted. And it gets dangerous because certain practices come from a lineage, and certain practices are tested over thousands of years. For example, breath work. There are more advanced breath work that when you do it, it actually can alter your state of consciousness, just like how a psychedelic journey would. And if someone is not ready, even though if a person is doing it subconsciously or on a soul level, they're actually ready. But the point is that if that person is not educated or aware of how to navigate these things that come up, it can quite literally break someone's mental structures, because in these states, we can reprogram neural pathways, and it gets dangerous. I've heard stories from my teachers that people do these breathwork practices and they're not educated on how powerful and potent they are, and they go around trying to be creative, changing up the ratios, and it literally messes up with their mind, with their system. And the message that came to me yesterday during my practice was that if a person cannot embody a practice, cannot embody a teaching, cannot embody the modality, then he or she shouldn't teach it or even share it. Because if it's not integrated, processed, and embodied in our own way, in our own vessel, then it's simply just regurgitation. It's literally copying from someone and then putting it out there because it's the new trend and you're riding the wave of it. I'm saying this not to put like other people down, because, you know, I just want to be very honest that I have been there in that love and light thing when I was naive, and, you know, this new manifestation thing is like too good to be true, and is it really true? And then, you know, diving into all these things, and with my background of, I graduated with a marketing degree, and I've always been someone that basically all these people pleasing stuff, and, you know, wanting to do things right and wanting to make sure that this post performs and this video can get ranked and blah blah blah, like all these metrics. When I started my Instagram account, I literally like started from scratch, because like zero followers, brand new, because I was so scared that my friends or my family would find me and think that what I'm doing is weird. And it was just completely different to what I learned in university, what they expected of me after graduating from university. And I was just so afraid that this part of me would be revealed and they would judge me. So the fear of judgment. And to grow from zero is not an easy thing. And obviously, when I was doing it, I was still studying, so I was applying all my marketing stuff to my social media. And I've tried all these things, and I can tell you that we cannot beat the algorithm. We cannot, it's constantly changing. YouTube's not going to tell you what the secret is. It's not going to tell you how to hack the algorithm. What I'm very grateful for is that when this whole YouTube channel came through to me, I didn't even want to start a YouTube channel, because I tried it in the past, and I know how hard it is, how much hard work it is to plan for content, to edit, to post, and have a weekly or a consistent schedule to upload content. And I told this thing that was telling me to do it, I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. And then the message was, that's going to be easy, like, don't worry. Just turn on the camera or the phone and just tune in and share whatever that's coming through. So that was what and how it started. And I'm so grateful that there was always this voice inside of me, this guiding force inside of me that really just anchored me into my truth and anchored me into my own integrity for this channel, for my work. As I go along on this whole journey, as I share, I'm learning as well. And it just made me realize that nothing beats someone's purity. Honestly, I don't actually consume a lot of spiritual content online. There are only a handful, like one hand. I can count with one hand how many people I actually really look forward to, actually only one, when their videos come out. and the rest are just coming up on my feed, and if I feel like this is calling me, then I watch it and I listen to it. But then the rest are like, I cannot with that energy, and now I kind of know why. And if you're someone that's also someone that offers services like that, I guess this is a message to always remember your why. Remember why you even went to learn this modality or started this channel or started an account. Why? Because that is what anchors you and guides you when there's so many distractions around, whether that is followers, whether that is subscribers, whether that is money. There's too many things that can just pull you away from your why, and then you start chasing that, and you might not even realize that you have kind of deviated. So the why needs to be strong, otherwise it's just, again, a rat race. It's nothing different than being in a 9 to 5 and living life that way. It's just a different emanation, a different physical manifestation of this story, which from a bigger perspective, it's very interesting to kind of observe what humanity needs to learn and what we need to go through. But yeah, as someone that is also offering services, it is important to embody your own truth. It is important to embody the lessons, to embody the modality into your own truth, because you can find a bunch of theta healers, you can find a bunch of yoga teachers, you can find a bunch of Akashic record readers, you can find a bunch of oracles. But why does one person's energy really pull you in? It's because they have integrated whatever they have learned within themselves, with their own experience, with whatever that has happened in their life. They have integrated that, and when they share, that is the unique energetic signature that only this person can emanate. It's like your fingerprint. I know it's a corny example, but it is literally like your fingerprint. It's yours, and nobody can copy that. So when we think about it this way, literally there's no competition. There's no competition because who are you competing with? You are quite literally the only person that can emanate this frequency. I don't see myself as a content creator because I'm not creating content to please the public. I am not creating content to rank. I am not creating content to grow my subscribers. Like, all of this are literally just byproduct, and it spontaneously and will organically happen when you serve from your heart or when you do something with your heart. And if you are a viewer, if you are someone that's on this journey and you're not offering these services yet, but you're just taking all of this in and learning from different people, then the message for you is really to be very, 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 very discerning, because people can say a lot of things. They can offer a bunch of services, but whether or not they have integrated it is a different story. And you actually, like, your soul knows already who feels true, who doesn't. So I've spoken about discernment in like a previous video. I think it was like a couple of months ago. Discernment is more and more important because of how easily and how accessible the internet is now to the world. and how it is easy for someone to just create something and say something, but whether or not that comes from their truth is a separate story. Whether or not they're just doing it for the money, or they're doing it to get more followers, they're doing it for whatever reason, self-interest or not, the energy does not lie. Trust your instinct. Trust your instinct. If something feels like about it, then it doesn't mean that you have to completely cut that off, but receive with discernment. Because this is also a training ground. It's like a training ground where, whoa, there are like so many of these things coming up, like who am I gonna trust? Now that is your opportunity to discern, to train this instinct of yours, to hone this part of you, this sixth sense, and receive what feels resonant with you and what feels true to you, and let whatever doesn't go. And it is also important to know, now having said all of this, that not everybody is not trustworthy. Like, there are people who are really, really, really still serving from integrity. They're serving from their heart, and they're doing all of these things. Some people are not even online. Some people are doing it in the background. I know people like that, and it's just not their mission, not their dharma to be showing up in this way, but to support in the background. So don't be too quick to judge someone from the shell, from how they dress, from how they look, from how they portray themselves, from how they speak, because this is also training us to see through the shell, to see through and pierce through this illusion, and tune into the essence of this thing, this person, this offering, because there is an energetic signature for everything. So it is not completely hopeless. Like, this is not the message that I'm putting out there that, oh my gosh, like this is so bad. Like, no. We need to bring this up so that we can be aware of this, whether we are offering our service in this spiritual community, or whether we are receiving from people, whether we are going through our own journey of coming home to ourselves, coming home to our truth. We all need to know and be aware of the situation right now, and so that we can make more informed and aligned decisions for ourselves. More and more, these truths are going to be revealed, they're going to be exposed. So don't get too shocked when these things come up. Like, stay grounded. All this are happening for a reason, because we are in this state of transition, of transformation, and all this stuff needs to come to light so that we can clean that up, and we can reconcile that within ourselves, within the collective, and then we can move forward. We can move into building things in a more grounded, pure, and truthful way. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you are listening till this point, I'm sure you resonate with all these things, so let me know in the comments down below. So just a quick announcement, there is actually an upcoming Egypt trip coming up in November of this year. It's going to be through the 1111 portal, and the energy of Egypt, well, at least from my last journey in March and the ladies who journey with me, whoa. It's quite literally exactly what I talked about, shattering illusions. Like, a lot of stuff was brought to light, a lot of things that it's really heavy and really quite intense to process, to heal from, to move through. And after that whole journey, I felt like the land of Egypt feels very medicinal. And the whole journey, about 2 weeks of us being together, journeying through the land of Egypt and through the sacred sites, it's like an initiation into ourselves and deep shadow work, deep inner child healing, and obviously healing with the people within the group as well, because we'll be mirroring each other. And it's always very interesting to see the dynamics and to observe all these things that are coming up and projecting on each other, and working with that. What is the lesson behind all of these things? So it's like an ayahuasca journey, but without the plant medicine, just the energy and the medicine from the land itself, from Egypt. So that is coming up in a couple of months. And if you feel a pull, if you feel like you resonate with something here that you can't quite lay a finger on, go and check more information in the description box below. There's a link to bring you to the page, and all the details will be there. It is only by application. So after applying, then I'll review it, and then we'll hop on a call and we'll sort of determine whether this is the right trip for us. That is it. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one.